What's up, Dark Death? Next. What? Next big thing? And well, thank you, Dark Death. Like to think I'm the next big thing.
Please. Oh, a champion of Ash, to be in your presence is a great honor. I am Yol of Londor, a pilgrim, as you can see, only somehow I failed to die as was ordained. Well, perhaps my calling lies elsewhere. Say, champion of Ash, how does the idea of taking me into your service strike you? I was once a sorcerer. Surely I can be of use. Oh, I am honored, truly. I should be dead, yet you have granted me purpose anew. I, Yol of Londor, do solemnly swear myself to you.
Don't I have to pay it back, though? Sorry, I was texting. Guess I could go get my 5 free levels. It just means it's looking for like to match me with someone.
Oh, our champion of Ash. This pilgrim, and I never wise. Then shall we bear a...
I only get 1 level? I thought I got 5.
As I have... Alas, the magic of Londo is but I can teach you what I know. Perhaps, more importantly, I believe that I can help tease out your true strength. We pilgrims of Londo are keenly aware that those branded by the dark sign possess something quite special.
Die a lot to what?
Beast.
I purposely play bad for entertainment purposes. Let me see if Luke is on. Gotta sneak into the Mound Maker's Covenant for Sirius's questline. Look, Dark Death is like, whoa, you can do this? Cutscene he's never seen before. Is Soul Arrow in Demon's Souls?
Well, this, or perhaps... yes, it's important, but we'll all be mad soon enough. And should you be undead? Beware, come, you'll see. You'll take my... This you... This you...
You never joined the Mound Makers? I guess, I don't have to find Covenants again in New Game Plus. Being summoned to another world. What if I'm so bad at the parrying, he just stops and stares at me? Cathedral of the Blue. Is this... No, this is the Ring City, the fuck? I wonder if he's fighting Midir. Hopefully I can earn myself a proof of Concord kept. This platinum grind is terrible. Oh shit. What does Undead Hunter Charm do? Oh yeah, it makes it so they can't use Estus. Where is, like... Where are they? I'm pretending I don't see them. Oh, this is so dumb. There's so many enemies. I would have had him if he hadn't, like, called the enemies to him. I hate people who do that. There we go. There's the cavalry. Oh, look, now he's the one running. That's right, run. Let's get him. Let's get him. got nothing to restore my health with. Why do you hate it? I just wish there weren't any enemies. I was destroying that dude, backing him into a corner. Who the fuck is this dude? It would be nice if parrying actually worked like half the time. There's the curse rotted greatwood. Easy little gimmick. Basically. I wish getting summoned wasn't so hard. Like the stream, it'll help it get more. What's the problem in the Soulsborne games? Oh yeah. There we go. I'm surprised Sekiro has a higher platinum percentage than Demon Souls. Eventually.
All you faceless no, if you've any sense, you here, in this land of hollows, you're like a frail maiden on the front lines. If, like the others, you'll then go on ahead. Traipse right past the abandoned you'll face enough death. If, like the other, then go on ahead.
I remember my first playthrough when I saw this elevator coming up. I got so nervous. I was like, what's about to come?
Oh, pardon me, I was absorbed. I am, to be honest, have you ever walked near a white... Well, whoever it is, But I have to find this lift. Well,
Oh, it's a Bloodhound Knight. Oh, nice. Look, now I can dual wield them. And swing them both at the same time. Wait, why isn't it doing the double swing? Wonder if I can draw out some more levels from Yol. Yol of Londor.
Welcome us. Very then take. Let these souls withdrawn from their vessels, manifestations of disparity, elucidated by fire, burrow deep within me, retreating to the darkness beyond the reach of flame. Let them assume. Farewell.
Now I can finally get Vort's hammer. I've been waiting all playthrough.
Fred. Oh? Seen that tramp in the... Now.
Oh, this looks awesome. It's like an ice club and it's so metallic and it's awesome.
What?
Pradeep.
Oh no, I forgot to draw out levels.
Oh, Be safe.
I guess I still cannot level up yet.
Oh,
Yeah, you're
and one
getting
piece.
close.
Dumir, give a nuisance, I know. Dumir, give this ring to old a nuisance.
Where the hell do I
Goodbye.
find Loretta? Oh yeah, I remember. Funny. Did you know Melania is based on the Demon Souls NPC Cell in Vinland? Pretty cool. I don't know if you've met Selin yet in your game. She's in the Swamp of Sorrows, I'm pretty sure. They got the same helmet. She's also like looking for her brother. Maybe you have met her, you just don't realize it's her. 'Cause I don't, honestly, the NPCs in Demon Souls, I barely know their names. You will meet her if you're going for the platinum, though. Because you gotta do some stuff with, like, Black World tendency. I just know a lot of information that I gotta know for posts. This is Swamp of Sorrows. I think it's 5 dash... No, not 5. I think it's 4 dash something. No, not 4. It is 5. It's 5-2, I think. And she's like in the middle of a swamp, of the swamp on a rock. Oh yeah, you're talking about that door that has the red-eyed knight in front of it, I think. I remember doing that. I remember him being really hard for some reason. I don't know why.
I help and I I help anytime.
Just gonna record a quick clip for a post on views or places you can see from the Undead Settlement Tower. Cathedral of the Deep. Baron Keep. Lothric Castle and Grand Archives. Road of Sacrifices. And Orlando. And last but not least, I guess Archdragon Peak is blocked from this angle. Yeah, what's up, Pro Gamer?
Ah, don't. But thanks. I could try. I've got to use my...
You guys may already know this, but in any Dark Souls game, if you use a Black Knight weapon, you get a 20% damage boost against demons. So whenever you're fighting a demon boss, pull out a Black Knight weapon for an extra boost. And this is for like a lore reason, because you know the Black Knights and the demons went to war against each other. So it's a pretty cool little thing that they did. Thank you, Pro Gamer. It's very kind. This is a Taurus demon, by the way.
No! You should have waited! Well, it's too late now. But we... To your... room! Well, you...
Why would you do that? Huh. Sigmire is a good man. Anyone know how I start Cirrus's quest line? Maybe I have to be in like the Mound Makers or something. I know she summons me at the Curse Rotted Greatwood place, but... I know one of these dudes is real. Why is he not falling down? Surprise motherfuckers. I like Elden Ring, Dark Souls 2. Here's a cool little secret. You can actually drop down to this roof, and then to this roof. That actually reminds me. You know, part of the subterranean shunning grounds from Elden Ring is actually in Firelink Shrine. It's the area that you drop down to fight the Two Fingers. In fact, I'll just go ahead and show you real quick, because it's pretty cool to recognize.
Ah? Ashen.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't really mind reused assets. Honestly, I prefer reused assets because it's cool to like see places that you know from other games, even though you know it's not the same spot if it's not, you know, in the Dark Souls trilogy. But being able to see places in Elden Ring, like in Dark Souls, is like pretty cool. But it also depends on how like strict your scrutiny is when reviewing these types of things. Also, this right here, or I guess you can't see it in this one, but in the Untended Graves, there's a giant coffin in that tree where you fight Champion Gundyr. It's kind of a little, or I guess Godwyn being in Deeproot Depths is kind of a little reference to that, because instead of Godwyn in Dark Souls, it's like a giant coffin in a tree. So that's a pretty cool little thematic similarity. FromSoft has a lot of themes that they utilize, which I'm sure you guys have noticed. Haters will say copying, but it's really not copying. But yeah, this is the spot right here that is in Elden Ring. It's not as deep as it is in Elden Ring, but I'm sure y'all recognize this. The only difference between here and Elden Ring is that in Elden Ring it's taller, and then here there's not little thin bars that you walk across, but the coffins are still sticking out of the walls. So, I mean, just made it a little bigger. But, I don't know, for me that's cool. I like seeing stuff like that. I wonder if you can see any places from here. Probably not, because this is in the future. I don't really watch YouTube that much, honestly. I kind of just post. All I really have time for is work and making videos. Oh, okay. I actually like Crest. He posts Dark Souls stuff like cool cut content and whatnot out of map exploration. So Road of Sacrifices is like thematically kind of like how Fahrenkeep is Darkroot. Well, Road of Sacrifices is just like Darkroot Basin. You know, you got a little curvy path that descends downwards, and you got the big little pit here, which in Dark Souls, the pit leads to where New Londo Ruins is. Just another, you know, cool thematic similarity. And, you know, maybe it even is the same place because Darkroot is literally the same place as Fahrenkeep, which there's a lot of clues that tell us that. So it's very possible that Road of Sacrifices is, you know, Darkroot Basin in the future. And then, you know, Drangleic is a different continent. Although there are a few areas from Dark Souls 1 in Drangleic. Probably Dark Souls 2 or Elden Ring. Thanks, Bronze. Appreciate that. Don't forget to subscribe and like the stream if you're not. Helps me grow. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, brother. And you know, this is kind of like that part of Road of Sacrifices where the cave that leads to New Londo Ruins is. Which, by the way, that is the correct spot for the Four Kings run back, not from Firelink Shrine, which is why a lot of people find that run back so difficult, because they're going from the wrong bonfire. Oh my god. It's like a little, like, bug wall or something in there. Just pushed me off the cliff. Hang on, I'm just reading something real quick. But yeah. So this is Darkroot Basin. I don't know why it's just now clicking, but and you know, Farron Keep is the flooded remains of Ulasil. Mage build. Huh. Perhaps I will after I get the platinum, or when I play Dark Souls 2 I will. Or actually I could just respec when I get to Rosaria. Kind of want to try doing intelligence. Apparently it's easier, so I don't know if that's true though. Oh wow, I'll be damned. This is the cave that leads to New Londo Ruins in Dark Souls 1, it looks like. I mean, you can even see where it goes back. Although now it's like walled off. That's fucking cool. And that would make sense because this is still part of the giant. Hang on. What do you want me to say? Jojo, talk to your boyfriend. Play Dark Souls co-op with him if you are a real one, or Elden Ring co-op. For all that he does for you. Don't forget to subscribe, Patrick. I need to make a video on this. Like, I don't know if y'all are tweaking out over the cave like I am, but like... Definitely have to record that later.
Oh, hello. How do you do? I am Anri of Astor. This is Horace. Are you too? We are well along the road of sacrifice. Beyond the flooded woods lies Farron Keep, home of the undead legion. Further yet is we seek the... We may go our separate ways now. The next time we cross paths, may the flames guide. Oh yes, he's not very good without him.
Being summoned to another world. Where the fuck am I? Thank you, Patrick. Next time your girl is ignoring you, just join the stream. We'll go ahead and... Yeah, I'll try it. This is what I hate about PvP, is I never know, like, where to look. They must be in the swamp if I spawned down there, though. Maybe I'll just go kill the Dragon Slayer armor boss. A rematch. Apparently, if you hold down the mute mic button on your PlayStation controller, it, like, mutes all your audio. Hell yes, I just got a proof. Fuck yeah, baby. Saves me a half hour right there of farming. Pretty cool Dark Souls 3 reference in Sekiro. Shadows Die Twice is the lycanthropy enemy, which is very similar to the chained ogre. There should be a bonfire near here. Maybe I don't need a bonfire. Oh. By the way, here's the lycanthropy enemy I was just talking about. Looks just like the chained ogre. See, it's even got the thing on its back. Or I'm just remembering Sekiro wrong, and I don't know, I kind of see like a resemblance. By the way, I was like so bad at Sekiro, I couldn't even beat the chained ogre. And I would have to like do something cheap to like get the first circle bar off it. And then it would like just chase me around. Here's an important thing required for the platinum. You gotta get this guy to come back to your camp. But you need 10 intelligence. Which, do I have 10 intelligence? Yes, I do. Also, most satisfying role in the entire game.
Well, this is unexpected. What do you... This is my study. If you haven't any bit... How Indeed, however, what champion? Clearly you're so you... That in the form... Well... Very... I am we will...
So he doesn't go back to Firelink unless you have 10 intelligence. Let's go, Sage. What you got? Should I respec and do a magic build? Oh shit, I'm close to dying. That's how you know which one's the real one, by the way, because it'll be the only one with purple. I'm pretty sure. I don't know for sure, but let's see. Blue, blue, purple. Yep. Gotcha, bitch. I never realized that little detail, that the real one doesn't use blue spells. The more you know, right? I don't even know why I'm doing this with an arrow. I should just fight him normally. There's about to be another Darkroot Garden / basin reference coming up ahead. So another cool little Easter egg. A lot of how we know that Dark Souls 3 areas are previously like Dark Souls 1 areas is like the item drops and the enemies found there. Like Grooves are very similar to Bloatheads. But this NPC up here. Well, first off, there's a Dark Wraith down here, I think. Or is this the NPC? No, this is the NPC. The Dark Wraiths are before the Abyss Watchers. And that's another clue. But this dude up here, as you can see, he has the spider shield. And the spider shield is worn by one of the forest hunters in Darkroot Garden. When you use the Crest of Artorias to open the secret door, well, that's the shield that one of the dudes has. And you know, if one item is found in an area, it's not really a confirmation, but when you have like 10 or 15 items from Darkroot Garden showing up in Farron Keep and Road of Sacrifices, then it's kind of like a giveaway, you know? You kind of just got to read between the lines and, you know what FromSoft is trying to tell you there. So what's cool about the FromSoft lore is that it's really whatever you believe it is. Because it's all open to interpretation. Let me check real quick. I'm not sure what the Dark Souls 1 stats are, but I'll let you take a look at it. I know it had one special ability in, I think, yeah, high resistance to poison, because it was good in Blighttown. But yeah, a perfect example of the lore is open to interpretation is Gwendolyn in Dark Souls 3, which, if you don't know, he's being eaten when you find him. And, well, there's a debate kind of on whether or not he is alive. In my opinion, the evidence says that he is alive, he's just not in control. I mean, everyone knows that it's not, Gwendolyn you're fighting, but if you listen carefully during the boss fight, you can hear, like, Gwendolyn screaming. And it's like, it makes sense because he's actively being eaten by Aldrich. And Aldrich is absorbing his powers as a result of eating him. But then some people might say, I guess another way to interpret that is Aldrich is using Gwendolyn as a puppet, and really you're hearing Aldrich scream, and it's just Gwendolyn's voice.
Must please. Wait, you've the set, then you... Oh, you don't know. Oh. Now, my lady lives in the...
Can't believe they teased the final boss of the trilogy early.
I need you to show
also, why is he in, like, the doggy style position?
A flame that will burn.
I'm sorry, y'all, but just let me look at you from, like, a normal
then it must be fire
angle. This is, like, too weird. Yeah, Gwendolyn's story is strange. See, like, canonically, he's never killed in Dark Souls 1.
Never fail. Just a moment, then. The painting of Ariandel. Well, rotted scrap of it, that is. Go on. Take it.
You know, it's a cool little FromSoft detail. Every final boss of every game is teased earlier on. Like, Gale is teased here. Radon is teased in Caelid. Pretty sure one of the Sekiro bosses is like the final boss. Although I don't know, that shit confuses the fuck out of me. Bloodborne, however you say the final boss. Wheelchair Dude is teased early because he's there the whole time. I guess in Dark Souls 1 and 2 that actually doesn't apply. Well, man, I guess Manus is teased with his hand. And then in 2, I don't think the old Ivory King is shown. I guess that also depends on what you consider the final boss to be. Also, another cool reused asset here. This cave right here is the same cave in the Artorias of the Abyss DLC. Not geographically, but you spawn in here, and then you walk out, and you fight the Sanctuary Guardian. Yeah, that is true. See, I always thought Sir Knight alone was the final boss. But then I looked it up, and apparently, because I did Ilium Lois first, and then I realized, like, oh shit, that was the last DLC that I did. And I also thought Broom Tower was last, because in my opinion, Broom Tower is the hardest. Then also the boss in Shulva, the trio boss, is really difficult. By the way, Shulva and Profaned Capital are also thematically similar. You know, the underground city. Yeah, I loved Broom Tower's verticality. It was awesome. I don't even know what that fire spell was. Oh, he has a dragon on his hand. Looks like Graf the Dragon from Elden Ring. By the way, if anyone here is on PlayStation and wants to farm some Covenant items, you're welcome to join. Can't say no to free Covenant items. In Dark Souls, in Dark Souls 1, you can summon Solaire for Gwyn. Well, Pumpkin Lad, you should definitely start with 1 because there's a lot of references to 1 and 2 in Dark Souls 3. And you'll miss out on a lot of the cool stuff if you start with 3. Can't believe it lets you go to the DLC this early. I can imagine just getting destroyed here if it was like my first playthrough. Oh, there's a pretty cool Godfrey. Or really the other way around because Dark Souls 3 came out first, but there's a Godfrey little reference up ahead. Once you see this, you're not going to be able to unsee it. Yeah, Dark Souls 2 is honestly the hardest in my opinion. Although I think the bosses at the end of 3 are harder than 2, which is 2 is harder overall. Especially the start of it. I almost quit at the start, but I'm glad I didn't, because it ended up becoming my favorite. I'm gonna show you all this Godfrey thing. It's gonna blow your mind. I don't know, maybe y'all won't see it the way I do, but like for me it's like, whoa. Oh god, let's if these wolves don't kill me. You know what, fuck it, I'm running. Yeah. Zach, I don't know if you were in here when I was talking about the Road of Sacrifices, but I just realized it was like Darkroot Basin in the future. Oh my gosh, this thing has so much health. Where'd you go? What? Where did he go? He just... Okay. But yeah, this is the Godfrey thing. Basically, the Millwood Knight is definitely like the prototype for Godfrey. They're like... same, almost the same like height and build. Millwood Knight also has the axe. And I'm sure he even has some of Godfrey's moves. I just don't know Godfrey well enough. I've only fought him like a couple times to be able to tell, but... Like, it really feels like they took this enemy and turned him into like a cool Elden Ring boss. When I come up to who? I'm glad the enemies don't have input reading like they did in Dark Souls 1. Like in Dark Souls 1, you cannot drink an Estus flask without the enemy like immediately charging at you. I don't know, what do y'all think? Do y'all kind of see, like, why this resembles Godfrey? Could just be me, but... I just did what that wolf did.
Do you? I doubt blessing. I doubt blessing. Welcomes. Very well. Then take no.
Yeah. But for me it's that, but also just how they look. But like I said, I don't know. Like, I'm really good at noticing reskins. I just haven't fought Godfrey enough. But like stuff that a lot of people don't notice, like Gale and Leonine Misbegotten, Sullivan's Beast and the Golden Hippo, and Watch Dogs of the Old Lord. There's a lot of like lesser known reskins that are super cool. Also, I don't know why Fume Knight's sword is in this game, but that's a pretty cool Dark Souls 2 reference.
Pretty big.
Wish I could buy Titanite scales.
Gracious, Iona. Ashen One.
I do want to buy Sigmaier's armor for his quest. I think it's just in the Dark Souls universe people can live thousands of years. but we know it's Andre because he mentions like the giant blacksmith in Orlando.
And these, use them. What else? Pillage. What else?
Because it's weird. There was like a scrapped storyline in the Dark Souls universe where there was like a bunch of Andre clones, and even in Darkroot Garden, you can find like statues of Andre clones that are frozen, which is pretty interesting.
So
So many cool weapons to try out. Yeah, but like I said, this is the actual Andre because when you bring him the giant coal from Anne Orlando, he's like, "Oh, I wonder how the old bugger's doing. Haven't spoken to him in ages." Yeah, that could be it. Like I said, I don't know how he's still here, but he's here. Gwendolyn's still here after thousands of years. Even this tree from Dark Souls 2 is still here on the other side of this fog wall. From Forest of the Fallen Giants, which was brought here by the Convergence. I don't know which tree it is, but apparently only one tree in Dark Souls 2 drops the seed of a giant tree. And this one drops the seed of a giant tree, so that's whatever tree in Dark Souls 2 out of the 3 that there are like this, whichever one drops the seed is what this tree is. Never seen that before. I can't tell if I can land on that middle one right there. That was a pathetic attempt. Oh my gosh. Yeah, thanks for joining, Zach. Feel free to subscribe and join another time. It was good talking to you about soul stuff. I wish YouTube Live told me a list of viewers like it does on Twitch, kind of. What about you, Josh? Are you still there? Also, Pumpkin Lad, I can hop on Demon Souls whenever and drop you that stuff. Even right now, if you need me to. Whatever you need for my inventory is yours. sure it'll only take like 2 minutes. Never know, I could die tomorrow and then you'd have to farm everything. Hopefully that doesn't happen. But nah, you're good if you gotta go to sleep. Just wanted to offer. Yep. Well, yeah, whenever you do need it, just holler at me. I do want to get a PC soon so I can, like, play these games with some cool mods. Also, another cool reskin is that these imps here, or these thralls in Dark Souls 3 are just imps in Elden Ring. Same enemy, different look. Pretty cool Elden Ring Easter egg. And like I said, it's not really an Elden Ring Easter egg because Elden Ring was not out at the time, but... Oh, okay, I understand, Pumpkin. Can't really show you with all these enemies here. Hang on. By the way, apparently Aldrich started out as one of those tiny little slugs and then literally ate his way to the top. Fucking love FromSoft. I should post a video of me fighting a Millwood Knight and then being like, so that's why Godfrey was so easy. Or the video starts off with me fighting Godfrey. And it was like, this boss was easy, and then it cuts to Dark Souls 3 fighting the Millwood Knight. And then some sort of line about having a lot of practice. Also, did you know if a chest is a mimic, you can just rotate your camera and slowly walk into it? And if it's a mimic, you'll see like the mimic inside, but if it's not a mimic, it won't, it'll just look like this, like it'll be invisible because you're not able to see like what loot is in there. You can also see the chest breathing like that, slowly opening, or you can just look at the chain and see if it's straight or not, but yeah. Where you could throw a Lloyd's or an Undead Hunter Charm at it. Yeah, that's 4 ways to identify a mimic. Yeah, peace out, Pumpkin. Oh, so you are about to see the most terrifying enemy in probably the Dark Souls trilogy, honestly. Josh, I'm giving you a trigger warning, because I know the little Irithyll woman in the sewers scared you. But the Deep Cursed is by far like the scariest enemy in this game. Hey, look at that fucking terrifying, like, smile. Good thing is, they're not very difficult. They're just fucking scary. That was so dirty. That was a dirty kill. I shouldn't have done that. But yep. Had to do it for the proof. You know, don't hate the player, hate the game. That's true. But like I said, it's not me, it's the system. I wouldn't have had to do that if proofs were fair to farm. I shouldn't have to kill 3,000 Silver Knights. About to fight the Deacons of the Deep. A really easy boss if you know what to do, but if you don't know what to do, you might be in there forever. Let's go ahead and Ember up, even though I should really save these for harder bosses, but... Oh, they got a lot more health this time around. You can just buy them, I think. And yeah, I'm pretty sure you can farm them. Do I have any, like, there we go. Let's get some fire bombs in this. That did almost no damage. Oh, you're all by yourself. You poor thing. shit. Did you know there's a mod on PC that makes Night Rain 6 players? That sounds like so much fun. Since the boss is one hit. Yeah. See, I wish there was like a 5-player Night Rain mode, but there were more like duo bosses and trio bosses and stuff to make it fair. Also, this apparently is a reference to some sort of Jewish or... No, I don't know if it's Jewish. It's some sort of rock in the Middle East that's like has religious significance, and that's like that place's real life equivalent in a way. Just haven't gotten around to making a post on that one. Yeah, I forgot. Maybe it's like called the Kaaba or something, or I don't know. It's in some giant plaza in Mecca. Josh, you sound like you know what I'm talking about. Trying to see what it's called in real life, but I'm sure it'll come back to me. Now this isn't Sigmire, this is actually Patches. So I'm gonna just see if I can run past him. Damn it, it's still activated. Whoa, what the fuck? I gotta lift it back up and then run up there just to get to Rosaria. Get the fuck out of my way. I still can't believe one of those tiny little slime things became, like, Aldrich. Like, he is literally the definition of started from the bottom, now we're here. He was a little thing of muck on the ground, and he ate so much things that he became like a god-devouring sludge. Rest in peace, Gwendolyn. He had the worst death of them all. Also, I don't know why, but I didn't realize Gwendolyn was a man until like my third playthrough. Because he sounds like a woman. The crazy part is, when I first played Dark Souls 3, I didn't even recognize Gwendolyn on top of Aldrich. And my girlfriends at the time said it was Guinevere for some reason, instead of Gwendolyn. And so I thought it looked like... Guinevere, kind of, because of, like, the sludge. Bro, how do I get over there? Oh yeah, I gotta enter from the top. Because Guinevere kind of looks like Jabba the Hutt, so... And Aldrich kind of... The bottom half of Aldrich looks like the bottom half of Guinevere. So that's what was confusing for me. Yeah, that also makes sense. How do I get up there? I know there's a way up there, it's like I'm blanking right now. As you can see, thralls are just as annoying as imps were. Get the fuck out of my way. Oh god. Oh shit, thank god I made it. I wonder if that door I pushed open at the top is how I get there. I bet that's what it is.
We spoke before, and when we reached, the man-eater must have left the little doll in the Aldrich is said to hail. A pilgrim told me that the city lies beyond, and so becomes... Aldrich, a pilgrim told, and so...
Maybe I can withdraw levels from Yol now.
Oh, then shall bear. As I have said, alas, the magic, but perhaps I believe that we pilgrims of London, that those branded, but as I have, alas, the magic.
Oh, and in one piece. Heavens, thank you. Almost ready. You can as. Goodbye.
Oh, I gotta get the Pyromancer from the Undead Settlement. I need to start using some Pyromancy. Apparently it's good and I am missing out. Let's see what we got here. Just what carryover? Yeah, the hand does, but I gotta bring the Pyromancer back to Firelink. Pretty dope. What does Sacred Flame do? Okay, it's like the Dark Hand. This is not very good at all. Oh, I probably need the ring that boosts the Pyromancies a ton. I also don't need 3 of them. There we go, now we're talking. Of course I'm out of FP now, but life finds a way. Oh my fucking Christ. Just wanted the item. Yeah, that's right, you fat fuck. How does it feel to get knocked off? I wonder if I'll be able to help Cirrus now. That. I've talked to her in Firelink. Maybe I need to be in a different covenant, but... Doesn't look like there's a summon sign there as of now. So the Pyromancer is up in that cage there. It's the one cool thing about Dark Souls is that a lot of the times if you miss an NPC in the area, the game has a mechanic that makes it so you don't miss out on that NPC. In most cases. Like Big Hat Loken in Dark Souls 1, when you... Even though you've beaten Sen's Fortress, you can go back there at any point in the game and rescue him and do his quest. So it's always cool when the devs look out for us like that.
Aha! Welcome. I am a crow in his cage, as you... But here... I care to learn some... To reiterate, the pleasure is...
It's not for all NPCs, but for a lot of them. But you know, there are some that are missable. Trying to remember what dude was stuck in a vase. Oh, that's a Pyromancer. That's Laurentius of the Great Swamp. I don't know if in Dark Souls 2 there's a Pyromancer that's trapped somewhere, but that'd be a pretty cool little similarity, as if in all 3 Dark Souls games there's a Pyromancer trapped in a, you know, cage or box or whatever. Who is the Pyromancer in Dark Souls 2? And who would it be?
Welcome home, Ashen One. Speak thine heart's desire. Very well, then Tuthaken. Let these souls withdrawn from their vessels, manifestations of disparity, elucidated by fire, burrow deep within me, retreating to a darkness beyond the reach of flame. Farewell, Ashen One.
Oh, Be safe, champion of...
Can you hear me now? Oh, my mic was muted. Whoops. Alright. I was saying, well, as I was surrounded by the Outer Grue, that this is a little inconvenient right now. I don't know where they came from, because when I first started the cutscene, they weren't that close to me. And then I was also saying that night that I had like 50 viewers, I don't think it was bots, because normally I get a lot less than that. I think it's just because it was late game boss fights, which people are more likely to tune into. These are actually the little crystal lizards all grown up. Pretty cool little evolution there. Could have made a boss out of it, enemy. I do need to go back to the shrine and see if Yoel will let me level up. Because I can't kill Abyss Watchers until the Yoel quest is complete. Otherwise, I gotta do another playthrough.
Oh, be safe.
I wish there was a button I could click to make my character die. I'll probably just do this later. I don't want to do this on camera, because that'll just bore y'all to death. I am going to talk to him one more time, though, just to see if that was the last death needed.
Oh, then shall
There we go. I wonder how many, if it's like every 5 deaths, every 3 deaths.
I wish for Chaz, but careful. Do not be gone.
That's the bad thing about New Game Plus, is that you don't loot like you did in New Game, and then you miss like so much stuff. I thought there was, but maybe there's not. You know, maybe I'll do Gravetender and Gravewolf. Yeah, I don't think there is one in Dark Souls. I know in Dark Souls 2 there is, because in that starting cave, everyone kills themselves to scare, like, new players. Which is actually hilarious, because my first playthrough, I, like, walked through there, and I was like, oh shit, there's probably, like, a giant bear or something, like, that's about to maul me. And then I thought, well, maybe, like, later in the game, like, there's enemies here or something. Here's a little fun fact for you, or I guess trivia, but do you know what the longest elevator in the FromSoft, like, Souls series is? Dark Souls Trilogy, Demon Souls, Elden Ring, Bloodborne, Sekiro. Do you know what the longest elevator is? Correct. Whoa. Yep, the Sciofor River elevator in Limegrave. Also, did you just see me fly up in the air? The reason I thought of that is because this ladder here is the longest ladder in Dark Souls 3.
You look to be Nobel told Arnama if you've lost your way. Now go on in. What's keep it? Show us.
By the way, did you know that in Dark Souls 2, Drangleic was originally built on top of Lordran? But in Dark Souls 3 they retconned it, so it was a separate continent. That's why so many of the Dark Souls 2 locations match up with Dark Souls 1 locations. But then in Dark Souls 3, they kind of scrapped that idea. Because, like, the gutter is Blighttown, or originally was supposed to be where Blighttown was. Trying to think of some others. The Earthen Peak is where Undead Parish was. There's, like, a lot of clues in those areas that tell us that. Brightstone Cove, Seldora, is where the Crystal Cave and the Duke's Archives were. So a lot of areas match up, but then, like I said, in Dark Souls 3 they scrapped that idea, and that's what a lot of the confusion comes from, about whether Drangleic is a separate place. It is a separate place. Just the confusion comes from that, basically, from people not realizing that Dark Souls 3 retconned that storyline, and it doesn't matter what the dude in the Lost Bastille said because they changed the story. Because the Strayed in the Lost Bastille talks about how kingdoms are built on top of one another. What the hell is going on here? Yeah. So originally the story was supposed to be that Drangleic was built over the ruins of Lordran and a bunch of other kingdoms. Which I don't know which one I prefer. Jesus Christ. Just want to get to Grave Wolf and Grave Tender. Which is a pretty cool callback to Sif and Artorias, but not to that caliber. Grave Tender and Grave Wolf are much smaller. Just gonna put on my stamina regen gear for this boss fight. And I feel like we could use some heavier armor. So many armor sets, I don't... Where's the Dragon Slayer? There we go. This looks a little odd, but whatever. Also, this is, looks just like where you fight Priscilla in Dark Souls 1. Damn. Terrible start. Terrible, terrible start. There we go. Now we're talking. It's that wolf that I'm worried about. Well, what you got? Oh shit! Alright. One hit, come on. Thank God. But yeah, that's this is Priscilla's arena that is above us. And that's the little bridge that you would drop off in Dark Souls 1 to exit the Painted World. Now, the Painted World of Ariandel is a reconstruction of Ariamis, so that's why it looks different, but it technically is the same area. Think of it as like you're building a Minecraft world and then like halfway through you like stop and then you come back to it, but like because you didn't log on for a while, like the game has like a mechanic that messes it up, just like how the painting of the Painted World of Ariamis started to rot. Think of it like that. And then you rebuild it, but you rebuild it like even better and you change a few things and it looks slightly different. That's like how it is, basically.
Be
Ah.
Just getting rid of some of these real quick. All those farming Silver Knights made me have a lot of these. Just unnecessary clutter. I think I got enough to level up now.
Welcome us. Very well then.
What's up, Josh? You missed a boss fight. It's Grave Tender and Grave Wolf.
Speak thine.
But
Very well then.
it wasn't like a super epic boss fight or anything.
Farewell, Ashen.
Yeah. And there was a cool little Priscilla reference. But yeah, it's about 5 a.m. here, so I'm going to head off. Thank you to everyone who joined. Don't forget to like the stream and subscribe. And it was great. Tonight was great. Great turnout. Yeah, but it's okay, Josh. When I go back there, I'll show you. But yep. Thank you to everyone who joined, and I hope your night is fantastic.